We've got an update to the Gabrielle Union controversy we talked about yesterday. Erica, you weren't here. She plans to sit down with NBC and America's Got Talent producers to address what she called a toxic atmosphere on set. Meantime, former AGT judge Sharon Osbourne is speaking out. She says, quote, everybody's experience on a show is different. And I was at that show for 6 years. I had my own problems with the network. I don't know about any of her concerns about the show. Obviously, there wasn't anybody of color on the panel when I was there, so I honestly can't say. And Eva Longoria tweeted her support to Gabrielle, saying it's time for NBC to commit to long-term concrete action to fix its toxic workplace culture and ensure safety and equity for all its workers. So, Erica, some of the claims, and to some of our viewers, in case you didn't watch the show yesterday and you're not up to date. So she claims that the producers constantly gave her notes about her hair, her looks, that a lot of her hairstyles were too black. She also said that there were some off-color jokes that were said, sometimes from the guests like Jay Leno, and she brought all that to the attention of HR, and it was just brushed under the rug.
Right. So Gabrielle Union's firing was really a dog whistle to women like me. It was saying, don't try this at home. And I think it's really important that people understand what that means when you have a Gabrielle Union, to be told that, because it's a signal to other black women in media, other people of color in media, that you shouldn't try this at home, because if we can get Gabrielle, we can certainly get you. That also trickles down to people at home who are like, well, I'm looking at the most visible people right now, and they don't have carte blanche to say what they need to say, so I better shut my mouth. The issue is, now we have shows like ours, where we have the idea of a platform that no one's in our ear telling us, don't say that, don't go that direction. That means that this system is very antiquated. NBC coming out talking about the diversity in their house is the same thing as me calling someone racist and they counted how many black folks walked through the door. So don't give me stats. The stats of the matter are the fact that she was one of the most beloved, Q-rated, high Q rating hosts.
Which means
that generally means, yep. Exactly, that generally equates to dollars, unless you rock the boat. So here's the memo, because it's saying don't try this at home. I'm going to try this today, because people need to really understand what this is about. Once we are told, especially when you're in a position of power, that you cannot use said power in order to empower. It's different for people of color when you're talking about your position of privilege. Most people think privilege means comfort. To me, the privilege of sitting on this panel means that I have a responsibility to make it just a little bit easier for the black woman who's coming in behind me. It may not have been that easy for me. It surely hasn't been that easy for Gabrielle, but she has been a shining example of what it means to not only sit in the room, but open a conversation and make people listen to you. It is her responsibility, and I think that she has done a brilliant job, and she'll continue to do that. But I want every other person at home sitting there saying, they got Gabrielle, so I know they'll get me. You have a responsibility too, so you continue to push forward for what is right for you, so that you can open up the door for somebody who's had it harder than you coming behind you.
Wow, Erica, thank you for your sincerity. I see the emotion in your eyes and your voice.